Hello, everyone. Welcome to this masterclass about how to generate resilience, love, and willpower in your life by engaging in a pilgrimage. I'm very happy to be here with you. Today, in this live presentation, I will talk to you about very important things to understand what is a pilgrimage, why you need it in your life, and many, many other things. How to lead yourself to your destination. And we will practice all these things that I will tell you and study all these things very in detail and very deeply in our coming journey to Peru this April. So, with your permission, I will talk also about this in the end. So, let's go. Thank you and congratulations for making it here. I want to congratulate you that you are here now listening to this, because the fact that you are here, it means that you are ready to engage in this pilgrimage. And I will show you why your life is actually a pilgrimage based on spiritual knowledge, and why you should understand it like this and live your life as a pilgrimage and get all the benefits from a pilgrimage by just living your life. So thank you for being here. And if you are ready to move further in your life and forward, let's go. In the next 90 minutes, you will discover what exactly you need to unleash your inner power and make a difference in your life. How to become resilient, strong, confident, and understand why things are happening as they are. These valuable lessons about what is a pilgrimage and what these have to do with resilience and self-mastery. My top personal power and confidence building strategies, best practices for turning your actions into results, awake a forgotten part of you for more energy, joy, and good results, the journey to Peru in April, and what you can expect from it. At the end of the webinar, you will receive the link to the replay of this training so that you will be able to visit it again and clarify some of the things that you may have not understood at once. So I will give you this gift that in the end of the webinar, I will give you this link to see the replay so you can reprocess everything. What is a pilgrimage? Why people were doing it from all times, and why do you need it? Let's start by this. This is the foundational knowledge. So a pilgrimage is this, what I show you here. A pilgrimage, basically, it is the bridge to your purpose. And I will explain you through this very simple schematic representation here, what is a pilgrimage, why you need it in your life, and why you should see your life as a pilgrimage. The pilgrimage that we know what it is a journey, usually starting from somewhere and ending in a sacred place. Usually, traditionally, the pilgrimage would be a long physical journey, starting from somewhere and finishing in a place of power. A very famous pilgrimage is the Santiago de Compostela, Camino de Santiago de Compostela, which is finishing in the sacred place where St. James' bones were initially found. Yes, and this pilgrimage finishes today in the cathedral, which is like a sacred place. But the meaning of this, it is that the pilgrimage finishes in the most sacred, important, highest point. Okay. Now, what this has to do with our life and self-mastery, I will explain to you. Be patient. So, our life, according to the same principles, is a pilgrimage. Actually, this is why people were doing pilgrimages. Pilgrimage was invented not by somebody who just wanted to make a trip to a sacred place and that's it. Yes. It was a process of transformation. It was not only an external journey, but also an inner journey, a journey of transformation. This is why it ends up in a sacred place, because the sacred place represents the place where you find what you are searching for. Okay, because in the past, also today in spirituality and personal development, the sacred means the thing that is mostly valuable for you. The most valuable thing is sacred. It's so valuable that it becomes like sacred. Okay, what this has to do with our life. So look at this picture here. It is basically made of three parts. One is the place A, and one is the place B, and the arrow. What is the place A? It's where you are now in your life. So wherever you are now in your life, good, bad, in the middle, somewhere, doesn't matter. Wherever you are in this place A, symbolically, schematically represented like this. Now, what is this place B? Place B is where you would like to arrive, where you would like to be. It is this sacred place. What means for you, for your life? It is what is the most valuable and important thing for you. So now, why is this A and B? What is this difference? Well, you have to understand, if you are in the place A and not in B, it means that that it is the most valuable for you, you don't have it yet. If you have the most valuable thing, if you are totally complete, the most important that you really want it always, you already have it, you are complete, of course. So it means you have finished this journey and you are in this place B. But if there is something very big for you, that it is for you sacred, it means it has very big value for you, and you don't have it yet, you would like to have this. So in simple terms, you would like your life to be better, different. Now, if you would like your life to be different and better, it means that this better symbolizes this wish for something more valuable. So you recognize that there are places and things more valuable that you don't possess, let's say, yet, right? When I say possess, I don't mean material things. It can be also material, but generally speaking, in all levels, right? So if there are things in general, situations, conditions, internal or external, that you aspire towards, you would like yourself to be there in this place B, so it means you are not there. It doesn't matter where you are now, you may be close to B or far away, but it doesn't matter, you are in. So if you are not in B, so you would like to arrive there, you are in place A, wherever this is. So if this is the case, so you would like something bigger, better in your life in any way, so you are already in a pilgrimage. You are in place A and you need to arrive to the sacred place B for you. This is the pilgrimage. And this is actually your purpose. If you are searching for the purpose of your life in general, is to go from A to B externally. I mean, internally, you can call it with different names, but schematically, it's like this, from A to B. Okay, now, there is also this arrow in the middle. This arrow in the middle is this bridge to your purpose. It is the path. It is the actual pilgrimage itself. The process of the pilgrimage is the process of going from A to B. It is the journey. Okay, so you are in place A, you make a journey, you arrive to the place B. It is so simple. Externally, this is represented by a pilgrimage, a transformative practice for people to do it. Of course, today some people go also to do the pilgrimage, let's say in Santiago, in the Camino de Santiago, just because it is a famous, trendy thing to do. Many people do it because they love walking, they love nature, and just want to do this hike. It's like a hike, a big walk where they meet people, they have fun, they see nice places, and they are doing the pilgrimage that everybody's talking about. But really, you need to understand that the pilgrimage is this process for your life, for your whole life. It is very, very key, very, very important, because the people who were doing these pilgrimages in the past, still until now, this is how I'm doing all these pilgrimages, is for this deep transformation that you can arrive to the place B, or place the foundations to arrive to this place B. And what is this arrow? What is this road? What means? Okay, physically understand it's a road that I have to do physically, for example, to walk 100 something kilometers or 300 kilometers, or to go to Peru and so on, to do all these things. This journey physically understand, but what it is internally, like how I can go from place A to B. This is why it is a path, or in another way, it is a method towards the place B. Because it is a path, if it is external, it is a physical path. Internally, if it is generally in your life, it is a path in this general sense, your life's path, yes? But practically, it is a method. It is a path and a method in the same time. More specifically, what is the keys of this path and this method? Today we'll talk about this this period of time. I'm talking about these very big keys. So actually this method is for you to acquire resilience. So resilience is this ability to move towards your destination without basically giving up. Because if you give up, it just stops, all right? And self-mastery, because in order to acquire the resilience necessary, resilience is like the fuel in your car, okay? Imagine metaphorically that you take your car from A to place B. Resilience is the fuel, the gasoline that you will put in the car. Without this, you don't go anywhere. If you don't have, if your tank is empty, if you don't have fuel. And self-mastery, it is the general process that you have to study and master. It is a process of self-mastery that the distillation of this process is the acquisition of resilience in your life. So resilience, you cannot just become resilient like this. Say, I will become from tomorrow resilient. You will not be. Yes, it is the result, like the fruit of the tree. The fruit is resilience. The tree, the growth of this tree until it makes the fruit, is the path of self-mastery. And it is this arrow, this process. And today we'll talk about this. For many people, it is like this. You see, now the arrow disappeared. What does this mean? For the majority of people, actually, their life seems like this picture. What does this mean? It means that they are in this place A, they know about this place B, but they do not see in between the connection. They do not see how they will connect from place A and to place B. They don't see it. It's like, I know I would like to be somehow different. I would like to be more of this, more of that, or I would like my life to be something like that, but I don't know how at all. I don't know how to arrive there. I don't know what to do. I don't see the path to arrive there. Okay. What happens to these people? If you don't have this arrow, you cannot stay looking at this place B for a long time. So the majority of people who are like this, and I will show you another type of people, but the majority of people who are of this type, so they know what they would like to be more in their life, but they don't know how to do it. After some time, they give up on their dream, and of course, our mind has to rationalize this. So they end up rationalizing in the sense that, you know what, all these were my young or childhood dreams, or when I was young, my dreams of a young person. Now I am really pragmatic and I understand life is this kind of hard survival, and I have to work, I have to make a career. Yeah, sometimes I have to step on somebody's head to move forward. That's life. I'm realistic now, I'm pragmatic, and so on. And basically life is happening in this place A. There is no place B. forget about it. And they forget about it. Yes? And they become cynical, they are not happy, but maybe they become successful a little bit externally because they become more tough and hard and determined to do the best in this place A. There are other people who are like this. They never lose this place B. They still don't have the connection. The only connection they have with this place B is through dreaming about it, romanticizing, hoping, praying to God to arrive to this place B, maybe pray in their, I don't know, some fairy to help them to arrive there. And they only hope somehow to arrive to this place B. But you cannot arrive to this place B accidentally or to fall there or to just wake one morning and voila, you are in this place B. This is why the only way to reach this place B is through a process of evolution. This is the proven formula, the exact transformation process. This is evolution 101, like the basic evolutionary process. This pilgrimage, this journey is the most basic blueprint for your life. Who is this for? This is for the people who feel like they don't have clarity around their actions and their decisions. If this is you, you need this journey, this pilgrimage. For people who want to feel emotionally healthy when they relate to different people, because our psychological state depends on our evolution. I will explain that our relationship is part of this journey as well, and it is necessary to study our relationships. For people who have lost the magic in their life and feel disappointed by themselves or others, people who feel are on a downhill road and would like to wake up and find the magic again. People stuck in the place A. For those who would like to be more charismatic, magnetic, cheerful, attractive, and young, because when you engage on your path, when you are on your way, you start becoming excited for your life, you have a purpose again. For those who would like to learn the secrets of personal power, manifestation, and confidence, this is parts of the self-mastery. For those who feel that they are constantly held back and unable to manifest their dreams, almost as if life and the world are against them. Because if you stay in this place A and you keep seeing this place B, but you cannot arrive there, you are this kind of a dreamer, you will feel that life is not giving you this opportunity to arrive to this place where you would like to be. It's like the world is against you, or people, or anything, or life is against you. But in reality, nobody's against you. You just didn't start your journey. For the ones who would like to be powerful and learn the secrets of the mind, because it is a mind game basically, and you will see how. For the ones who strive to understand that what drives them and why things happen as they do in their life and their relationships, you will understand this today, and you will understand it actually when you will engage in your life as a pilgrimage. So I know that this presentation is also live in some social media. It's necessary now that we will go to the essence of what I want to talk to you about. Get rid of distractions, because I will give you some very profound understandings of life that if you are distracted, you will not get the realizations that you need to get. You need to realize some things. You need to have these insights. Okay, so if you want to have the insights, it's better to focus. And if you will pay attention, you will have the insights. But what happens usually is that the next day we wake up and we don't remember. We remember intellectually the insight, but we don't feel it yet. It's like we are disconnected from it. So this is why I suggest, if you want to do this now, and take a notebook, a piece of paper, and a pen. I will give you a few seconds. Now you can go to do this, to write the moment of you have an insight. For example, I will say something, you say, this is very, now I understand something. Oh, this is very key. Oh, this is very important. What did he say? This exact word that made something click. write it. When you write the insight or the words that led you to the insight, what you understand about it, this becomes, you write it in a paper, it becomes like an anchor. Yes, it becomes manifested, the insight, in a piece of paper, and then it happens like the next day when you will see this paper, your point of perception moves to the point of the insight and you feel the insight again. It is reignited. It's like the fire and the coals. If you will take the coals and throw them, you cannot reignite the fire. But if the fire diminishes but the coals are there, you can very easily reignite the fire. You put another wood and the fire ignites. The same, your insights are happening when you have a higher state of consciousness. Now you will get this if you will pay attention, right? But the next day you will wake up and you will not have this heightened state of awareness. This is why it is very key for you, if you want this, of course, to have these insights, to keep it and reconnect with them, to write down. Okay, by the end of this webinar, you will know why you should want to become a leader master in everything that you do. You will receive an answer about some of the most burning questions in your life. Already, maybe you received some. You will have the answers about how you can change your life starting now. You will understand how you can help yourself and, if you want, help also others. You will receive the video of our meeting to study and come back to it whenever you want, to help you remember what you will discover today here. Step 1. I hope you have your pens and papers. Let's go. Now we will talk about this pilgrimage, this process, self-mastery. The 4 stages of the pilgrimage: the road to manifestation and the inner journey. So this process, this arrow, yes, it is this method or this process of self-mastery and acquisition of resilience, as I told you. So it's a process that has 4 stages. Okay, I will explain you these stages so that you can understand them. And also, this process is the road to manifestation. It is the way to manifest what you want, which is to go from place A, in this case, to the place of destination. It is what happens also in the pilgrimage. If a person takes the pilgrimage seriously, the person passes through these 4 stages of evolution and transformation. And I'm teaching you this and I'm helping you to pass these stages in every journey, shamanic journey, pilgrimage, or retreat I'm doing, or if some of you have come and participated to our retreats and journeys, pilgrimages. So, in order to turn more opportunities into actual results in your life, you have to understand the path of manifestation. We'll break down each of the 4 big stages of this process and show you one way you can master each of them. Very good. Here, I'm showing you this picture. This is a shamanic ancient knowledge. It is called the 4 suns. And you see a circle with 4 representations of the sun, but they are different, these representations. And I will explain you. The circle represents one process of life. So the shamans and the wise people in the past realized that every process of transformation, every process of manifestation, like going from place A to place B, is not actually linear. In a way, it's linear, but it is a circle. Okay. And if this process to go from place A to place B has many steps, or for example, you arrive to place B and you realize that there is another place B further, more high, because this happens also many times when the person actually arrives to place B, he's different. And from this place, he can see a more clear, real goal, what he really wants. He thought maybe that this was it, but now he arrives there and he says something else. So this becomes another place B. It is possible, maybe not. Maybe the original desire that you have to make your life in a way. It is the actual thing. And when you arrive there, the circle is finished. But even in this one journey, if it is just one journey, it has many stages. Yes, there are circles. For example, in a physical pilgrimage, the pilgrimage is not just one day. You don't just walk one time and you arrive. Maybe you have to walk for days, for months sometimes. Okay, so the actual pilgrimage is made of different circles. Maybe one day is a circle, maybe 1 week is a circle. So if it is 4 weeks, you would have 4 circles, or if it is 10 weeks, you have 10 circles, or each day will be one circle of things happening. Depends. But the whole journey, it is one circle, and all the phenomena from place A to B, they are under the influence of this truth or this phenomenon, which is explained by this knowledge of the 4 suns. It's like a law that governs this process of transformation, self-mastery, behind that we don't see it. And what is this process? First of all, I told you it is a circle. So it means it starts and finishes almost in the same place or in a similar place, but I will explain you what it means. If you see the circle like this, you see it is closing. Let's say if you start from the lowest point, you will make a circle, right? And it will arrive again to close it in the same lowest point. But actually, it's a spiral if you see it from the side. So you start and you go upwards and you arrive, for example, in the same point like the lower point, but this lower point is actually higher now. And it is called lower because it's the beginning of another circle. So there are 4 very important points here in this circle. This is why it's called this knowledge and this the law of the 4 suns. Sun, like the sun in the sky, right? So we have these 4 points. One is the nadir, it's called, the lowest point of the sun. If we are standing in the middle of this circle, when the sun is exactly in the highest point over our head, let's say, this is called zenith, the highest point of the sun that we see. In the left, which is, let's say, the east, is the morning sun or the sunrise. Okay, so it is exactly, we are in the middle here and exactly in the same level with us, but in one side, it is the east, let's say in the left in this image, it is the morning sun, the sunrise. Then the sun goes up in the zenith, then it goes from the other side and sets, the sunset. And then, so we're in the middle. And then the sun disappears, yes? But the sun doesn't really disappear. It continues moving in this lower part of the circle, and in some moment, it reaches the lowest point, which is exactly the opposite of the highest point, where we are, exactly when it is in the other side of the earth, the sun, it is the lowest point of the sun. Okay. So we have the nadir or the night sun, or which is the lowest point of the sun. This is a metaphor, this is a knowledge, yes. The morning sun, which is the sunrise, the zenith, the highest point of the sun, and the sunset. And the circle starts from this lowest point, moves to the morning sun, to the zenith, sunset, and again down. This separates this movement, this process, into these 4 quadrants. And we have these 2 lines. One is vertical from the zenith to the nadir. This separates the circle into 2 hemispheres, left and right, and one horizontal from the sunrise until the sunset, which separates the circle into upper and lower hemisphere, left and right, upper and lower, one division, and then altogether there are 4 quarters. Okay. Now, this circle, it is actually the pilgrimage, the whole arrow. So the whole arrow that you saw from place A to place B, now it is represented as this circle. Okay, starting from the lower point, going to the morning sun, zenith, sunset, and back. The morning, this line horizontal separates the circle in the upper part. What is the upper part? It's from the sunrise until the sunset, is when we see the sun. It's external. And then the sun sets, it continues moving, and we don't see the sun until it appears again in the sunrise. So this part of the movement of the sun, or the movement of your process of transformation, it is, let's say, not external, it is internal. So this horizontal line moves the process into external things, the external life, what you do, and so on, what happens, and internal, inner. Okay, I will explain you now these 4 quadrants. We start in this lower point, yes, where this vertical line is in the lower point. What is this point? This is the point, the first part of your pilgrimage. Okay, so the first part starts from this lower point and it will finish in the morning sun. It is the part of intention. It is the part of preparation, internal preparation, and generally preparation. And basically, it is internal. Most important part is the internal. So here, you need to put the intention. What means to put the intention? The intention is your why. The most important part of the intention is the purpose, the why. What do you want from this pilgrimage? Why you do it? What is your purpose? Okay, so for example, you want to go from this place A to place B. In order to arrive to place B, as you saw before, you have very clearly to see this place B that you want to arrive, to know what this means for you. What is this place B? It shouldn't be something, for example, that your friend is doing and you are jealous and you do the same thing, or somebody else is doing, or many people are doing this, because then you are simply influenced. Okay, it can be also something that others are doing, but it shouldn't be for you because others are doing it, because you are following somebody else. It must talk to you. It is something that you desire, that you want very much. Your life, you would like your life to become like this. And if your life would become like this, you would be fulfilled. This place B is the place where you would like to arrive. So this is your intention. Why you want to arrive there? What it means for you, this pilgrimage. Okay. What is your intention? When you will arrive to this end, for example, this, if it is a physical pilgrimage, let's say let's say Camino de Santiago or Peru and so on, you will arrive there in the end of Camino, in the cathedral. What this represent for you? Why you do this pilgrimage? What is the meaning? Okay. And also, it is the part, let's say, in the physical pilgrimage, is the part of preparation. You will, let's say, you decide in this lower point when you start this process, where it is the nadir. In this moment, you decide that you are going to do this pilgrimage, to go from place A to B, if it is your life, or to go on this physical pilgrimage. For example, we do this pilgrimage in Peru. I will go to Peru. I will do this pilgrimage. Wow, it's amazing. It's the first idea, the first decision that you want to do something. Then you build the intention. You will start dreaming about it. What this mean for you? What you will achieve from this? What do you want? Why you go there? Oh, it will be awesome. I will learn so many things. I will have knowledge. I will transform my life. I will engage now in Peru. We are doing ayahuasca ritual in the Amazon. I will arrive to the Amazon. I will do ayahuasca. I will go to the Andes. I will meet these shamans there in the Andes. With Alexander, I will have coaching and masterclass for 21 days. My life will change for sure. You feel it. You decided this, and you will be building the intention. Also, it's preparation. You will prepare. You have to gather resources. Maybe ask from your job free time. Maybe talk to other people like you are preparing this until you start acting. Okay, you don't just decide now and immediately you start doing something, right? it's the build-up. So it's the preparation and the intention. This is very important part, because in the next phase you will arrive to the morning sun. It starts the actual thing, the action, let's say. The action itself starts from the morning sun, because the sun there appears, right? Well, when the sun appears, it means the external reality. So you start doing something there. It is the actual journey. It's the actual actions that you will do to make it happen. And you pass to this second quarter, which is from the morning sun to zenith. There is the main course, let's say. You start buying the tickets, you prepare it, and you actually traveling and you arriving to this place, and you start walking the actual journey. Okay, this is the practical manifestation. So you start from the lowest part when you have the initiation, the new beginning, you have the idea, the wish, and then it's all way up until the zenith. And the morning sun is the moment that the intention becomes externalized. You start actually doing things. It is creation, it is action, and it is external. Now, what is the zenith? The zenith is the highest point of the sun. It is the highest point of your intention. The lowest point, the nadir, was when the first idea came to you. The highest point, it is like when you are there doing the thing it's the peak of your experience. It is the peak of your experience. Okay. This may be different aspects. Okay. Let's say I can give you some examples. If you are an athlete and you would like to, I don't know, to go to the Olympic Games, you decide to become like, to try for something like this. What is the zenith? It is the moment you arrive to the Olympic stadium and the Olympic Games start and you start competing. Like for you will be, some moment will be the peak. Maybe the peak will be the moment you arrive there and you're like, wow, I did it. Or maybe the peak for you will be the final where you have to compete for the gold medal if you are going for the gold. Maybe the peak for you is this, the last moment, that it is the final moment to go for the gold medal, or something in the middle. Depends what is your goal. So you have this peak. If it is a pilgrimage, for example, the highest point may be your first day on this pilgrimage. You were preparing it, you decided, you arrived there, and you start walking, for example. And this moment that you start, it's the highest peak for you. It's like you are excited. It's like I did it. It's like almost you manifested it, okay, fully. But it is the moment that it is the more intense experience. This is the highest point. And then the circle moves from the highest point to the sunset. So this left and right upper parts represents also two distinct parts of this process of transformation and to achieve our goals. One is made of action, okay, and it is filled with vitality, energy, excitement, and effort. It's like you are running towards your goal. And there is also another part, okay, which is external also, but it is not having to do with action, but it has to do with challenges and transformation that happens to you while you are manifesting your dream or your goal, while you are on this journey. But it is not about you doing something, it's about things happening to you. So let's say you are in this process, in this pilgrimage. Let's take the example that you are this athlete and your goal is to arrive to the Olympic Games. So your training and whatever you will do to arrive there is this left upper part. You start training for this. It's your action, your effort. The challenges on the way For example, you may have a moment that you have an accident and you are injured, and now you have to stay home and recuperate. This is a challenge. You are not doing this, it happens to you, and you have to accept things. And the way you will accept it, it will transform you and it will make you actually capable of manifesting your dream or not. So the wise people in the past realized that every process of transformation has also this part that comes with challenges, that it is made for you to transform yourself and actually become able to accept how life also comes towards you. Okay, we all know this in our life, that it's not only I do and things just happen. Many times I do and things don't happen, or I do and something else happens to me against this, or I do and somebody comes and stops me because he puts himself in front, and so on and so forth. So this second part is external. It has to do with the external part, so some things that you experience, but these are the difficult moments. If it is a physical journey, maybe you will get tired in some day. Maybe you wake up in one morning and you don't want to walk anymore, but you have to. Or you have a pain in your knee, now you have to deal with this. Or you have headache and you would like to be with your mommy and drink tea, something like that. But you are there outside and you are not in your house, in your comfort zone. Okay, how you deal with this, how you can accept it. Many people, for example, they don't accept this. So it's about challenges, transformation, and its external process. And then there is this next part, from sunset to the completion, which is the lowest point, which is about returning or arriving. Returning, if it is a pilgrimage, you went to Peru and came back, you finished. Yes, you came back. When the sun sets, it's like when you came back home. This period of returning, or if it was this process from A to B and you manifested your biggest dream, it is arriving. Arriving or returning, in this case, it has the same meaning. Or you arrive to this place B, or you return back to home, which is the same meaning, like where you want it really, like the journey is complete. And you see, it is not complete when the external part finished in the sunset. It is completed. There is a process. Okay. What is this process? So, for example, you went to the physical pilgrimage, let's say to Peru. You came back. It is when you pass this line from sunset and under. And the thing is not just finished completely there. Let's say for the next week or couple of weeks, you will be still processing a lot of things. You will be still there in Peru, one part of you. What happens? Why things happen like this? What do you realize? And you will be different completely. Another person, you will be seeing things completely differently. So it is this process of integration and insights. Okay. As I told you, you may be here now in this presentation, and then when this will finish, you may have some insights which you will continue processing them after everything finished. The presentation here finished, let's say. You are alone with your insights. So it's a process of integration. And this part, you see, it is internal. So there are two internal, two external parts. One is going up and the other goes downhill. It's like this. You see? There are also these arrows that represent this left semi-circle from nadir to zenith. It is upward movement, is this arrow going up, and it's about effort, about building things, about doing things. When you arrive to the top, then it is downhill. And imagine that you are going with your bicycle up hills and then you go down, and it is like you go up in the hill and then you have to go down, and then you don't need to do the pedal, you don't need effort, you only navigate. So this down part is about openness, acceptance, of what happens to you, navigation and being. Yes, when you navigate, only it's how you feel the bicycle. You don't do effort, you just feel more. Okay. It is like the yang and the yin, the feminine and the masculine also. So we need the masculine in this first part. It doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman. You need this masculine energy and you need the feminine energy in this second part. Also, in the top, where is the zenith, you see I have this word flow. The zenith, it is when you are in the flow. So your thing that you want to manifest is flowing now. You arrive to the top. And this is why I say that after it is downhill. Imagine, metaphorically speaking, this example with a bicycle. First, you are doing effort, and when you arrive to the top, the effort stops, and now the momentum that you had created with you making effort and moving the pedals, right? Now it stops the effort, but the bicycle continues moving, and now the movement becomes effortless. You go a little bit on the top, it is surface, like flat, and then you start going down. So in this, the peak moment, the higher point of the sun for you, it is when you arrive your life to flow, but not generally your life, this process that you have initiated, this process for you to arrive where you want, this pilgrimage is now flowing. Let's say you started this pilgrimage and you are in the second, third day, and now you got used to it. Everything is like it's not new anymore, and you are now in the middle of it, in the gist of it, in the juice of it. Yes, you are now doing it. You are in the flow. You are in the middle of this process, or in the highest point. Or if this athlete, this example, you are now in the Olympic Games and you are there, fully engaging, competing, and so you are in the flow, in the zone. Okay, you should arrive there. This is the optimal. If you don't arrive to this flow, the reasons are because you didn't do this process properly. Yes. Or you didn't put the intention. Some people, they miss it in this first part. They decide, they have this new idea, but then they don't build the intention. They don't prepare themselves. If you don't prepare yourself, when the morning sun comes and you have to start acting, you don't have the enough fuel, enough intention inside of you, and then you start deviating. You don't do the optimal efforts. And your journey to the zenith, it doesn't become optimal. And the zenith is not the highest point of the sun, it's like lower. So you don't arrive exactly as you want it in the way you have intended it in the beginning. Many times this happens. So you need to arrive to this flow where exactly you are in the state that you imagined. Okay. And yes, you can say, yes, I'm living it now. I'm living. I did it. Of course, it didn't complete, but what you had to do, you did it, and you are there. The rest of the process, if you do it properly, and if you are enough open to accept the challenges and to integrate everything properly, and to take the insights and accept them and integrate the insights also, so the external and the internal part in your life, then the circle is complete and you arrive to complete emptiness or fulfillment. When you are fulfilled, when your desire is totally fulfilled, you have this moment of blissful emptiness. I will give a very simple example, very simple. Like, imagine that you are hungry. You have this idea, oh, I want so much to eat, I will go, I don't know, to a restaurant to eat or something. I will prepare food and I will eat this nice meal. So the idea comes to you, and this is a circle. It's a very simple example. And you do it. You eat the perfect meal for you, and you are perfectly satisfied. The moment that you're satisfied, all about food is forgotten, and you arrive to this state of fulfillment, and you are completely empty from the desire to think about food. You are moving to another stage. You go to talk to somebody, maybe you go to work, to watch a movie, to sleep, I don't know, to party, to go for a walk, to talk with your partner. You do something else. All it was about food is completed. If it is not completed, though, you cannot arrive to this complete emptiness. What it means? You will arrive to this moment, where is the nadir, where a new idea for the new circle or the next actions you have to do further in your life will come to you, but you are carrying still from the previous processes unfulfilled, unprocessed things you didn't complete, or you didn't do it properly, or you didn't do exactly what you wanted, and you are not really complete, you are not fully satisfied, and this bothers you. So you start the next circle. It's like you owe. It's like you are starting a business having debts. You understand? So it's a burden that you carry. And if you don't complete the circles very well, you arrive to this point that you see that it seems to you that it's impossible to arrive to this place B, to fulfill your life. But it's not because it's impossible, it's because you don't know how to manifest something. You don't have this knowledge. Now, I will give you some more insights about these stages. Okay. Still, we are in the first step of how to arrive to self mastery and resilience. So, in this phase of preparation, in this left down part, it is like this. Before any physical journey begins, there is this preparation phase. Okay, this is the time of setting your intentions, focusing on what you hope to gain from the pilgrimage, and preparing physically, emotionally, and spiritually for what lies ahead. For your life, this means three things, basically. You need to focus on three things. One is the purpose. As I said before, why you do it. What is your purpose? It must talk to you. Otherwise, you will not want to do it anymore. You will start, if it doesn't talk to you what you are trying to do, if this is not really the place B that you want to arrive, but somebody drag you along, hey, let's go to this place B. Okay, I don't know what else to do in my life. Let's go to this place B that you choose. Or somebody else says. If it doesn't talk to you, you lack purpose. This is energy. This is part of the intention. So your intention will lack the actual purpose and you will struggle. So first you need to be clear that what you want, this place B, you see it and yes, I want to go there. I really want to go there. This is what I want. I don't know if I will be fully satisfied, but I don't see anything else. This is what I want to do. Okay. It doesn't mean that if you arrive to this place B, everything will be solved perfectly. Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't mean that if this athlete takes the golden medal or participates in the Olympic Games, all his life is perfect. Maybe not. But this is what he wants to do. Yes, it's a clear choice. This is very important. But then after that, you need to be able to define clearly goals. You need to have clear goals in your mind because you cannot just jump to this place B. Okay, you need to, for example, for a journey, physical journey, you need to have some goals. How much money I will need? I need to prepare myself in like this. I need to buy a ticket. You need to have a set of goals in your mind that you need to achieve in order for to manifest it. Many people are not manifesting their intention because they have only the final goal. They don't have goals and intermediate goals to achieve. It's like you don't know the steps. Or if it is a physical journey, imagine that I'm here now in Bucharest and I would like to take, I don't know, my car and arrive to Stockholm. How I will do it? I don't know. Maybe it will take some days. I don't know. I cannot just take the car and arrive to Stockholm because in my mind I have the initial point A and the point B. I want to arrive to Stockholm in Sweden, right? Yes, but maybe this will take you a week of traveling. So you need to plan to have goals that first day I will drive. How much can I drive? I will drive, let's say, 8 hours and I will sleep there. So you need to plan and have intermediate goals like steps that will lead you to your destination. It's not just one step. Yes. So the goals, to be able to uh, have goals, to create goals for your life, to set goals for your life, it is actually the steps that you need to take. Okay. And of course, there is the final goal and there are intermediate goals. Always, if you have a goal and you cannot, it seems very big to you, you don't know how to do it, is because you lack intermediate steps. This is a secret. And then the creative pursuit, which is a mental practical phase. For example, you have these steps, but you need to play in your mind how you will actually do it. You don't just pick the intermediate goals and that's it. You put first day I will sleep there, next day there, until Stockholm, seven, I don't know, 7 steps, and that's it. I did it, and you go to sleep. No, you have to see how you will arrive there, through which country you will drive, what kind of roads. You imagine, for example, I will be driving through a desert, let's say. There's no desert here in Europe, but imagine, the road passed through the desert. Oh, wait a minute, what I will do there? I need to find a place to find water in the desert because I will be driving a long way. Okay, so this is like the creative pursuit and the mental practical phase where you start analyzing and dreaming. It's a dreaming phase and a mental preparation that you're analyzing and you are living the process. How will arrive to this, I don't know, to these Olympic Games, for example, in this other example. I don't say, okay, it is in 5 years, I will achieve this in first year, this in second year, and so on, and the fifth year I will be there. Maybe it's not so simple, right? Of course, it's not so simple, right? You need to figure out many other things which are not exactly goals, but the how you will do it. So you will need to think, but how I will train? Where? Who will train me? How I will find this person? How I will talk to this person? What is my relationship with my trainer? How disciplined I should be? This and that. Yes, this is a creative process of manifestation. The energy pass from the goal setting, which is here, the like crystal clear goals, to creative understanding of the how to. It's very important. 3 steps is the phase of preparation. Usually these things happen by ourselves, but they depend on how much energy we have. If you know that this, you need to do this, and you need to be fulfilling all these 3 steps, you need to know what is the result. And here is the key. If you do it properly, the result is enthusiasm. You have the initial enthusiasm, but you need to cultivate enthusiasm all the way until the end. In the beginning, in the preparation phase, the enthusiasm comes from purpose, goals, specific goals, and this creative preparation of when you are dreaming and living it inside of you, how it will be, and solving also some questions and problems on the way or of the how will happen. Okay. And then when you see it happening more and more, this I will do like this. This I will do like this. And yes, then I will do like this. And I need this and this and this for my journey. Great. Where I will find this, there, and there. Perfect. Wow. The excitement should grow. Okay. If you will not do this, actually, you're stopping this process. And in some moment, when you will start acting, instead of excitement, you will be having stress. The next part, journeying. When you start acting. Once the pilgrimage begins, I'm talking parallel for an actual pilgrimage and all the other things that is your actual life as a pilgrimage. Once the pilgrimage begins, the journey itself becomes a rich metaphor for life's path. A pilgrim's walk, travel, or as pilgrims walk, travel, or move towards a sacred destination, they are invited into the action-taking phase. The actual movement mirrors their inner process of discovery. So when you are acting in the second phase, you also see some truths about who you are. For example, you start acting and maybe you realize, oh my God, it's effort. I need to do something here. It's not so easy. And then maybe you see some things of yourself. It is a part of discovery, also this second part. So it is made of 3 aspects: creative pursuit in action. Now it is the continuation of the previous. In the previous stage, which is internal, you are playing all the journey in your mind, you are getting excited, you see how you will do it, and then when you start actually doing your journey, maybe some things are different from what you thought, and so you need to creatively to adapt to the real journey, to the reality, and navigate and solve some problems. For example, maybe you thought that you will do it like this and you will put gasoline in your car there, and there you will stop, but it is closed, or something happens and you cannot enter in the city. Or you find a better place and you change your plans. You are creatively manifesting the things a bit differently. You need to be able to be flexible like this in action. Also, in this part, very big role plays your relationship. The moment you start acting, be sure that you will start interacting with other people. Because to manifest your goal, you don't do it alone, closed in your room. Yes, this part, this external part, the second quarter, you go out in the world, you start acting. You will interact with people. So your relationships, how you interact with people, will play very big role, because the relationships can help you, support you, and actually give you keys, many keys for this path from A to B, or they can become against you. They can stop you if you do it badly. So you need to understand how to relate properly. And also you will need internally to cultivate and exercise and demonstrate some qualities. These are the qualities of your energy, how you use and you can apply your energy, because this second part, it is the external effort. So when you do the manifestation process, there will be moments that are intense. When you are dreaming about going to a pilgrimage is one thing. When you are actually there and walking the pilgrimage, when you are in the action phase, the things are much more intense in reality than when you are dreaming that you will do it. Because in the dream, everything is internal and it is created only perfectly. Yes, many people are dreaming about a nice family, let's say, and kids and so on. But when the actual family with kids happens, they need other things, and the things are more intense than when you are dreaming it, because when you're dreaming it, it's only you see the beautiful scenes of it. Yes, so you need these qualities, which is the qualities of the element of fire. This comes from the knowledge from India with the chakras. It is the third chakra, which is your personal power and the confidence in action, and it has some qualities. One is intensity, to be able to engage with intense situations. Many people avoid intense situations, but if it is part of your journey, and it will be, the actual journey will have intense moments. If you are not ready to engage with intensity, with intense moments, you will deviate. You will start going astray from your path, and this is not good. This is this part that you are not doing it properly, this second quarter. Activity, you will need to be active in the second quarter. Things will not happen by themselves. It's the process that you need to do. Speed is your ability to adapt to the necessity to be faster or slower according to the necessity of the situation. If, for example, you have only one rhythm in your life, when life will need for you to speed up suddenly, you will not be able to do it. There will be for sure moments in your life that you will need to speed suddenly up. Now you have to do something that you didn't expect and very fast, and you need to change your rhythm suddenly. And the opposite, there will be moments that you need to slow very fast and take a moment to see clearly. And if you are in your own only rhythm and you continue one rhythm, you will not be able to slow down to see properly better something. So you may go and hit a wall. This is very key. I will teach you, of course, all this with details and with ways to master them in the pilgrimage itself in Peru. You need also the fighting spirit. The fighting spirit is something that will help you to overcome difficulties, because you will need to make effort in this moment, external effort. Maybe you will need to drive, in this example, more hours than you thought, and you are getting tired. So you need to have this fighter inside of you to activate in certain moments that you will push yourself through some difficult moments. Okay, meaning you need more effort, and you need to have love for adventure. It should not be this endeavor something like a normal thing you do. It must be activated inside of you a passion for to discover so many things in during this journey. These are key elements that you need in this second phase. In the third phase, which is the challenges, no pilgrimage is without its challenges, whether this come in the form of physical hardship, emotional struggle, or spiritual doubt. Every pilgrim is tested along the way. These challenges are a key part of the transformative process. For example, in this part, the third part, which is now things happen to you, it can be relationships issues. You didn't expect this, but you cannot control the other people, how they approach you, what they do. Okay, so this part of the circle contains the relationships issues. If you don't know how to deal with it, if you don't know the purpose of relationships, you will start reacting, and maybe this will drag you out of your process and you will lose your path, you will deviate out, because now somebody is dragging you out through the relationship. The relationship can be helpful, or it can be like lure you out like a trap. Okay. Second, you will need to exert leadership skills, because there will be moments that things will be happening to you and you need to decide how to react or how to act. Okay. It's not about your action, it's about how you receive it. You need to have these leadership abilities to be calm in the middle of the storm. You need to be able to understand the value of the results of your actions, because when you arrive to zenith, then the next part, which are the challenges, many times what happens to us has to do with what we did. So you act and there is a reaction, for example, and here it's necessary to be able to understand the value of these reactions. Is it valuable in my path, so I should stay and deal with it, or I should just bypass it, yes, and not pay attention to it? Here you need to understand where is the value in your process, because you need to arrive to this place B, and many things will be happening to you during the way that are irrelevant. They don't have intrinsic value for you, so you need to not pay attention to them, but they may come in the form of normal things that life brings, and they ask you for your attention. For example, somebody is calling you and is asking you, some fake problems appear that have nothing to do with your process, and that you could postpone them to solve them, but they may lure you in the moment in the form of, oh, a crisis back home, you need to leave your you know Olympic games and come and solve the problems with your, I don't know, your partner said she will divorce you when we got her from another with another person, let's say, right? If you do this, oh my god, and you leave everything, you go back, maybe it happens that, oh, nothing, it was not so real. We thought it is, and so you destroyed your. So I give you these examples, which are, I understand that some of them are weird, but are real things that happen in life. Here you need to understand the value to be able to evaluate the situations. It's part of leadership as well, and it's part of this third chakra. Super effort. When things happen to you, difficult challenges, you need in this moment to make this effort that it is not normal. For example, to accept suffering. In some time, it is possible that something goes wrong and momentarily you will suffer. It is in this third part. You need to be able to accept the suffering and continue your journey with a part of suffering. Okay. And this is an effort that many people don't want to do. And when this happens, they quit. This is the moment that the majority of people quit. Like almost everybody quits when this happens and something goes very wrong. Usually, it is not so wrong, but it seems to them very wrong. For example, an example was COVID. When COVID happens, for some people, immediately they reacted like quitting everything what they were doing and so on and so forth. But eventually, the truth was that you could also with COVID do many things. Let's say everybody was locked down in their house and many businesses were destroyed, many people stopped all their activities, but I was continuing doing these pilgrimages, and with masks and with papers and with tests and so on. We managed to go also to Peru specifically during COVID, and actually it was one of the best moments because we arrived to Machu Picchu, which is full of people every day normally, and it was empty, and we had the most intense spiritual experiences in Machu Picchu, being only 10 people there because there was no tourism. And you need to cultivate the spirit of the winner, because life will throw these challenges, but the real winner, the person who actually, let's say, manifests his goals, he, even in the moment of challenges, he keeps internally the positive attitude. And you need to cultivate this. The majority of people have this. If things go well, we have positive attitude. If things go wrong, we have negative attitude. You need to understand that this is wrong. It will not help you. It will stop your path. Okay. You need to cultivate, or try to cultivate as much as you can, positive attitude. I don't say to you to laugh if you break your leg, but to have positive attitude even in the adversity. Example is Bruce Lee. When he had the accident and he broke his back, he used this period. He said, it's okay, I will develop my martial art intellectually. And he wrote his book. He wrote his philosophy while he was in the hospital and while he was trying to recuperate. And it was very creative process for him. Yes, because he had the spirit of the winner. He saw an opportunity in the adversity, a real opportunity. He said, now I have time. Yes, I have pain and all this, but I cannot do anything about this. But what positive I can do? I can take this time. And now I have time, for example. I will not work, I will not train physically, nothing, and so on and so forth. Confidence. You need to cultivate personal power and confidence, ability to face. Confidence is your ability to face life. Easy or hard, it doesn't matter, to face it, to not shy away from life as it comes to you. It will come with gifts and with challenges. And you will need in this process to keep the flow. Okay, because when you arrive to this third part, some people they say enough, I did enough. For example, I'm here. Imagine this example. You are in this Olympic Games, you arrive there. You need to keep the flow. You cannot say, I arrived here now, okay, comes the competition and I will do whatever. And you start slowing down in the moment of the competition. Or you pass the first competition and you go to the next, but you slow down because I did the most that I could. I don't have to make more effort. No, you need to keep the momentum. There is necessity to not slow down, to navigate, to not make effort, but to not lose the flow that you have gained in the previous stage. Yes, and it is necessary to be aware of the flow and the momentum that you have, and confidence will help you. Actually, you don't need effort in this third stage, the challenge. You need more confidence, because when the challenges will hit you, you may lose the momentum. You may start, even if you don't stop completely, you may start slowing down and going backwards. Okay. So you need confidence in order to keep the flow and the momentum. Bruce Lee kept the momentum and he created something amazing when he was in the hospital. And the last part, the return, the arrival, after reaching the destination, whether it's a sacred site, a holy mountain, or a symbolic ending point, this place B, comes the return home. However, the real transformation is not the arrival itself, but the integration of the journey's lessons into everyday normality. When you arrive to this place B, it's not that you give up in everything and now everything will come to your hands by itself. many things will come to you by itself, but you need to, it's like, yes, you will get this food, this reward, you will get it. But even if you will get the food, you need to chew it and digest it. It's not enough to have it. Okay. So still, you need to be conscious that in this fourth stage of the process, it is a stage where you will be physically resting, maybe, but you need to do it properly, not just collapse and start doing unconscious things. Okay. Many times, for example, people come back from a journey and then the next days they do whatever. They party, they go with their friends, they share their experiences, they drink, and they tire themselves. You need to rest properly. It's a moment of resting and nesting and recuperating and processing. You need to do it properly so that you regain the energy that you lost. So you need to keep the momentum of your process in the last part where everything externally finished. You went back, you arrived, but you need to keep the momentum because some processes keep happening to you. You don't do anything, nothing happens externally, but something happens internally still. Yes, the moment that you will arrive to your destination, it's not at the end of the movie, like in the fairy tales, and they lived happily ever after. By itself is not happening anything. You will still be alive and keep doing things, and you need to remember that now you are in this place of joy and fulfillment and rewards and all this. You did completely what you wanted, but something's still happening. So you need to keep this momentum to not lose it. Okay. People get married and they think that's it. We are married, it's finished, and they leave themselves completely. They abandon everything, and their marriage goes down because they don't integrate the gifts of the marriage. Another example I'm giving you in their life. So you need to know how happens this process of integration and the inner completion. You need to consciously integrate everything internally, process everything that happened, all your experiences, and then when everything is processed, then it is complete. You arrive to this fulfilled emptiness. Then it is complete, the circle. Okay. This is the process of manifestation. It's a very big thing, but there are other steps in this journey from place A to place B. The second step, so there are these three big aspects or steps. It is learning the foundation to create lasting change, okay, lasting transformation. Do not transform and lose it. The foundation of lasting change, that without it real transformation is impossible, is mastering the energy of responsibility. You will not do any of all this that I told you if you will not simultaneously know to master the energy of responsibility. These steps, let's say they are parallel. The first thing that I showed you is I described you the process of the pilgrimage, but there are some parallel aspects that they have to be happening simultaneously during the whole process of the circle. What is this? Responsibility basically means freedom from fear. It is not the same. It's not the definition, but practically it equals freedom from fear. You cannot become really responsible in the right sense, spiritually talking, if you have fear. The fear equals makes you become victim. Okay. This is the equation that you need to master in your life in this process. Responsibility is not what people think. There is the actual responsibility, which is a huge power that will help you manifest all these things that you want. You will be able to have it to be really responsible for your life when you will master this state of fear, where you will be able to go through fear and beyond fear. Otherwise, if there will be fear and you don't fight with this, you don't win over fear, the fear creates the victim state inside of you. So when you are in the victim state, the victim is the exact opposite of the responsible person. Okay. When you will be in the victim state, the victim reacts. You will be reacting. You will not be moving towards, you will not be directing yourself to this path, but the path will be taking you by itself. The situations or the happenings will be taking you wherever to avoid your fear. Okay. It's very important to remember this equation: responsibility from one side, victim from the other. So, I will give you 7 practical things to remember and to contemplate with how to do this. First, don't blame anyone. If things don't go your way and it has to do with some people that interfering in your path, even if it's clear that it is their fault, don't blame them. Because if you blame the others, you lose the opportunity to act. If you believe that it is the other person's fault, what happens to you, and you cannot do anything, so it is fully the other person's fault, you will be focusing on the other person, blaming, hitting, fighting, and so on. You will lose your path. You are not walking all this time in your path, and the other person will not change usually. So it's a necessary, important law to understand. So if things go wrongly, or when I say work with yourself, I don't say blame yourself or believe that it is your fault. No, just work with yourself in the sense, okay, psychological, if you become upset or you angry or mm, you want to revenge and so on, work with yourself because this will not help you, and work with yourself in the sense to find the solution and achieve your goal. Okay, don't just blame others. Take your attention from the external source of the problem. Develop your personal power and become confident. I told you it is the ingredient, and this is ingredient for everything, also for uh, to become responsible. If you don't have confidence, you cannot be responsible. Go beyond your ego. If your ego will be on the way, if will be your ego will be reacting, you cannot be responsible. You will try to protect your ego in this moment, and it will lead you to blame anybody. So you need to, when in this path towards your destination, you need to transcend your ego. It's necessary. Your ego will stop you. It's a big obstacle, and there are aspects that it will jump. In all the stages, the ego appears with different way, but I cannot explain everything here. We'll learn all this in the pilgrimage if you will come to Peru. Accept that you are part of something bigger, the world at large. Everything that happens to you is part of your evolution. This is more about the third stage. Use every opportunity to learn and do learn, change, become better. Even if you have challenges, obstacles, like Bruce Lee, I told you this example, realize that you are part of the world at large, of the universe, of the whole. It's not just about you and your life, what happens to you. But there is a bigger power behind that cares about your evolution, not about to achieve externally what you want all the time only. So use every opportunity what life gives you, use it to learn, and actually do learn, not just philosophize about it. Change, become better. Know that everything is simple by nature. If you do not have all the answers yet, it's because you did not understand yet the truth. You need to keep going further in your evolution. If your life is complicated, if in your path things become complicated, know that everything is simple by nature. So if you don't have the answers and you are confused, it's simply because you did not understand yet the whole truth about this something, or generally. So what you should do? You should keep going further in your evolution. Don't use this excuse. It's very complicated. I'm confused to stop. Okay, it's very complicated now the situation. I don't know what to do. It's because I don't understand the situation yet fully. Because Alexander said, and the wise shamans of the past and all the wise people have this law that everything by nature is simple. Simplicity is the law of universe. So if for me it's complicated, even this Rubik cubic, which you have to, it seems very complicated to find the colors and match them. The people who know to do it, they do it very fast. It's for them very easy. If it's for you like a miracle, it's simply because you don't understand it yet. 6. Being responsible do not make you a superhuman. Understand the duality of things. So even if you will be responsible, it doesn't mean that, don't think that, okay, if I will be responsible and strong and leader and confident, everything will go perfect. No. You will not become like Superman. Even Superman, actually, in the movie, he had many failures. Life is dual, so you will have failures. But you internally, you will be empowered. Develop discipline, but discipline is a tool, is not a goal on its own. Don't idealize discipline, but it is something you need to develop as a tool. You will use it in certain moments. These are the elements of how to be responsible. Step 3. The third step is learning the method to make things happen and actually manifest the previous steps. How to begin our journey to self-mastery and becoming the leader in your own life. It is the glue that practically will connect all this to actually is the third step you need to understand. The foundation of managing to take action towards self-mastery is mastering these two powers inside of you, pain and pleasure. There is the right and the wrong way we associate ourselves with and perceive pain and pleasure in our life. A master leader must learn to distinguish between these two ways, the right and the wrong ways to deal with pleasure or pain, and of course apply the right way in all his actions, decisions, and ways of doing and being. What are these? A wrong way. A wrong way is associating pain with good things and associating pleasure with bad things for you. For example, what is a good thing? Let's say good thing is to exercise and be healthy and go to the gym. Is an example. A wrong way is to associate pain with this, meaning to see this, to focus on the difficult aspects of this. I'm getting sweaty, I'm getting after I have sore muscles, I have to go to the gym back and forth, I have to pay membership, I lose time. Reasons why it is like painful process for you. A lot of effort, difficult. So in this case, for example, people say, I don't want to exercise because it's painful. In this case, you associate pain with something good, exercising, being healthy. And pleasure with bad things. For example, the most common example, smoking. Pleasure. I need it. It's pleasurable. It gives me things. It's good. I need it. I want it. Overeating. Pleasure. It gives me pleasure. So the wrong way is to associate pain with good things, and I give you just an example, and pleasure with bad things for you. Also, let's get another example of pain with good things. If I will be more consistent with my job, I will have to work every day consistently to open my business. It is like it is stressful. I would prefer to not work so much. It's painful. I have to concentrate and look at the others. My friends are going and drinking beer in the coffee shop or in the bar, and I have to sit down and do my work. So you associate pain with you want to open a business and better your financial state, or I have to go to meditate, or I have to do a shamanic journey, I have to go to pilgrimage, or I have to go to Peru. It's painful. I have to spend money. Difficult. I will travel a lot. Oh, I'm afraid of flights. You associate you focus on the painful parts. Yes, and pleasure with bad things. Actually, you know what? If I go and have fun with my friends and drink beer, my life will be nice. Let's stop working now. I will do it tomorrow. Procrastination, for example. Connect procrastination with pleasure. Because yes, I procrastinate, but I have fun today. and leave tomorrow for another moment. Yes? Or, you know what? I will not meditate. Instead, I will go and eat a pizza. I will really enjoy, instead of meditating and focusing and working with myself. Or I will not go to Peru, and you know what? I will take some money. I have some money, but better I will go to the mountains and with my friends and do, I don't know, vacation and dance, drink, eat. I don't say necessarily this last part was bad for you, but in comparison with something that you wanted to do, yes. So, right way. Associate pleasure with good things and pain with bad things. You need to do so. This is what is negative if you do it, and now you need to do the opposite. You need to reverse this process. Yes, you need to associate pleasure with good things. For example, I go to the gym. If I have associated pain, I have to reverse it. Okay, what is pleasurable? Actually, it is pleasurable to make exercise. I feel good. My blood is pumping. After I feel better. I can focus on this part. I meet people. It's a nice environment. I can have a juice after. I can have friendships there. I'm becoming stronger. I look myself in the mirror and I feel good about myself. I know that I'm becoming healthier. I will be healthy. Yes? So you have to associate pleasure, something that you think about it or you feel it and it is good for you and you feel it as good, with good actions and good things for you. And you need to associate pain with bad things. Okay, if I continue smoking, yes, it gives me pleasure, but actually it destroys my energy and I don't evolve and I become more dependent and it takes me down. I wanted to evolve. Or um, yes, I have to work for my business, but when my business will function and I will have success, I will meet so many people, my clients, and I will start traveling. I will change my life. I will have more money. I will move to a better neighborhood. I will buy the car that I wanted, or I will start traveling. I will go to Alexander's retreat. So associate um, the pain of losing all this with not doing the right thing, for example, right? And the pleasure with doing the right thing. If I go out with my friends to drink, I will grow my belly, I will lose my business, I will not have all these good things. And what is good for me? Okay, and this kind of joy that it's for the weekend and pass and nothing remains after this, and so on and so forth. This is the right way to work with these two energies, and you need to master this because these things, how we relate in the right or wrong way, it has become automatic depending on our conditioning. We didn't learn that this is important, how we should control it. At the end of the day, pain and pleasure exist in everything. The task of the leader is to dig deep enough and find the pleasure associated with the good things for evolution and freedom. This place be what it is for you, and the pain associated with the bad things that take you away from your path. So, I will give you a practice to do for this third step. What would you like to change in your life? First step. You need to answer this. Second, what pain have you associated with doing what is necessary to achieve this change? Maybe you would like to change something, so you didn't change it yet, but you have associated pain with doing it. Oh, it's hard, I cannot do it, for many reasons. So you need to write to find specifically what pain have you maybe associated with doing what is necessary to achieve this change. And for sure, if you would like to change things in your life and you have not done it yet, for sure you have associated some pain from some aspects for doing what is right for you. After you answer this, you need to go to the number 3. What pleasure have you associated with keeping things as they are and not making the change? It's easier, habits. You have to answer what pleasure have you associated with keeping things as they are. And the fourth, after you answer this, you need to reverse the 2 and 3 and do what I told you. You need to answer specifically. This is a practice to start processing properly what you are doing. It's very powerful. And this is a hidden power. It is something that we have forgotten. I have said in the beginning, I will teach you some hidden power that it is buried inside of us, and this is it. It is the understanding that this has happened to us, and we have associated pleasure with bad things and pain with good things. We are unaware of it, or we are aware, and because it's pleasurable, it seems that it is good for us to do the bad thing. Okay. And the only thing that is necessary is to be aware of this process before you start anything. And if we would be aware of this knowledge from childhood, this would give us a superpower, because the person who associates pleasure with good things and pain with bad things, he becomes 4 times more powerful in confidence and personal power than the average person. But you have to dig deep to find real answers to this. Now, how do we learn this? Through our trips and journeys to different places of power. This pilgrimage, I'm doing pilgrimages in different places of power, because in these trips we engage with consciousness, with our mind, with our emotions, and with our body. We train all these aspects. We don't simply going around to museums like we are not tourists. Yes, when I take people to Peru, I'm not taking them as a touristic agency. I'm not a touristic agency. I'm a teacher, and people come to train, basically. Of course, there is vacation. Our trips have these 3 parts. At this pilgrimage that I'm doing, there is a part of adventure that you gain confidence and personal power. There is a part of vacation that you relax and you rejuvenate yourself, and there's this part of spirituality when you actually master this process of evolution, this pilgrimage aspect, which is the internal part of the pilgrimage. You don't just do the pilgrimage externally. And this understanding and this deep process and path that I created, that I'm teaching also to others, is the result of this shamanic proverb that I had learned from my teachers, that the results in your life depend on your approach and your attitude, which you build and cultivate during the journey. So you cannot first build the right mindset and attitude and then go and live a perfect life. You are building it and cultivating while doing it. There's no other way. And I want to teach you this process. The pilgrimages that I am creating is a process where I'm teaching, where you pass the process and you transform, and I'm teaching you the process itself during the journey. So now, with your permission, I would like to talk to you about this upcoming trip in April in Peru, where we'll go for 21 days in the Andes in the first part of the journey, in the second part in the Amazon jungle. In the Amazon, we'll do ayahuasca retreat. In the Andes, I will be doing a retreat and teaching you about the pilgrimage, and also we'll meet the tribe of Queros, which is representatives of the authentic representatives of the Inca traditions. It's an isolated small community and family there we will visit in the mountain, and we will have some ritual of blessing from the shaman and the leader of this small community family, Don Alipio, which is a saint, a very holy person, and it's a very good thing to receive this blessing for your life from this person. So, the purpose of this presentation, and of course the trips themselves, is exactly to learn, practice, and implement these principles. Most important of all, arrive at results, to implement them. Not just to learn something. So it does not really matter if you are ready to come to this trip, spiritual adventure with us in Peru, and the pilgrimage and the ayahuasca retreat, but you have to implement these rules if you are serious about your life and you mean it when you say, I want to change and transform my life and achieve this and that, I would like all these things. And if you do hopefully come in April, you will also learn your own profound lessons through your own experiences there. and my guidance, of course. And oh my, it is so powerful. You will change your whole life. So I will introduce you some practical aspects about this journey. First of all, I want to tell you that there is these two processes. The first part is like this first part of the circle. Energetically, I'm teaching you about this first, the intention and the action. The second part in ayahuasca, you will learn about integration in your life and how to deal with challenges. It is a very deep process. It happens through all these rituals with ayahuasca and the teachings after we do and the discussions we have. So, because there in this process, you will understand internally very deeply what stops you to deal with the difficult aspects of life properly. It's very profound understanding that happens. So the journey itself has these parts. First, in the Andes, you will master and you'll understand this first part of the circle of manifestation, which is the first two quadrants, is the intention and the action part. And the second part is the momentum, the internal processes, how to deal with challenges, and how to integrate what happens to you in your life properly, and how to digest the food properly. You will be open more in the second part. It is very powerful. Now I will give you some practical aspects. I will present you how much is valuable and how much it costs. So the Peru journey itself, if we would just pay the expenses, it costs 3,500 euros. All this crash course that you will have with me, that I will teach you the most important aspects of life mastery in the path to your destination and how to achieve all these teachings that I will give you, this practice and so on. The value of this for 21 days, it is 3,000 euros. Personal advice and consultation from me, you will have for 21 days whenever you want. Personal time with me, the value of this is 1,500 euros. I will give you also these bonuses, an ebook, 10 steps to be sure that you will continue having abundance in your life that I wrote, and plus practice, how to practice these things. I will teach you also this in the trip. The value of this is 300 euros. Second bonus, personalized amulet, a shamanic amulet that will have the energy and the spirit of your trip, of your pilgrimage. It will be your personal spirit helper to help you in your life as pilgrimage after this physical pilgrimage. The value of this amulet is 185 euros plus third bonus. I will guide you and give you some teaching how to use this amulet after you go back home, what rituals to do, how the spirits in shamanism are used in the amulet and how to connect with them and use them to keep going powerfully in the rest of your life forward after we come back. The value of this guidance I will give you, and it's 285 euros. I will also keep connecting with you after we come back to help you integrate and implement all these things. So if you add all together this, the total value is 8,685 euros as value, as energy. Literally, if I would give you one by one all these aspects separately, if I would separate them, I would ask you to pay this amount of money because this is the value that you would take. But they are coming all together in one experience. So you will not pay this money, of course. The normal price of the pilgrimage is 4,685 euros now, but you will not pay this because now until Tuesday, October 15, you have the super early bird, which is the biggest discount that you can have. So you will pay actually 4,070 euros. You save in value 4,615 euros if you make the calculation. So this extra 4,000, it will be in actual value for your life. This is symbolic to understand how much you will take. Some people say, well, 4,000 is a lot of money. No, it's not for what you take. People give 400,000 euros for a car. What you will receive on the trip, yes, now I give you this link. This link is for you to download this webinar. As I told you in the beginning, in this link, now you will not find it, but after I will upload it and process it, and you will find it there in this link. Tomorrow it will be there. So you can enroll now within the next 6 days after this presentation, 5 actually it is, and you will get special offer of this early, super early access, not early bird, as I told you. In our school, in general, we are doing 2 types of events. Small events where you can participate as many people as possible, and big events like Peru and other pilgrimages and big trips where fewer people, of course, can participate, but these are the people who are decided to take action massively. But there also I can dedicate and spend more time with these people and for many days in a row, which results in having the deepest possible outcome and transformation in their life. Thank you for participating in this presentation. If you are also watching it from social media and you stayed until now, congratulations one more time. I'm happy. Connect with me, write me if you want through the social media your ideas. You can send me email here. You can ask me your questions about the trip, about your life, your life's path, the trip to Peru if you want to participate, or anything you are interested in this email. I will be happy to connect with you. Okay, that's it. In this moment, I want to say thank you, and for all that you participated also in the social media. I will finish this presentation, and I wish you the best. And I wish you to see you in the pilgrimage. Namaste. Take your life in your own hands. Bye-bye.